Singapore is working on a budget that's in tune with the global situation and gives the city-state what it needs in the face of global headwinds. The comments from Prime Minister Hsien came at the end of the ASEAN-Korea summit in Busan, and Jeremy Koh tells us more.
Singapore's economy staged a recovery in the third quarter, growing 0.5% compared with the same period last year and narrowly avoiding a technical recession. But the Monetary Authority of Singapore has said that the economy is likely to continue facing headwinds into 2020. Prime Minister Hsien says that whether Singapore tips into a recession next year depends a lot on external factors like the trade war between the United States and China.
We are watching this. I think in this situation, the solution is not a pump priming stimulus, but to take advantage of the slowness of the economy to redouble our efforts at upgrading, at training, at productivity improvements, so that we make the most of what we are able to do.
And the government is preparing for that.
One of the major things we do is next year's budget, and I think Hsien as Finance Minister, and in fact not just him, but all the other agencies as well, are working towards preparing a budget which will be strong and suitable to the state of the world and what the Singapore economy needs.
Mr. Lee was speaking to Singapore media at the end of a special summit between South Korea and ASEAN in the port city of Busan to mark the 30th anniversary of dialogue relations. It's the largest scale international meeting to be held in South Korea since President Moon Jae-in took office 2 years ago, and Busan's his hometown. Mr. Moon has sought to increase South Korea's focus on Southeast Asia under his new Southern policy and has visited all 10 ASEAN nations since taking office. Now, ahead of the summit, South Korea said the aims to further elevate relations between Seoul and ASEAN to another level for the next few decades and beyond. During the summit, President Moon and the ASEAN leaders adopted a joint vision statement for peace, prosperity and partnership. They also opposed all forms of protectionism. In one of the plenary sessions, PM Lee proposed some ideas to drive the ASEAN-South Korea relationship forward. One way would be to strengthen the ASEAN-Korea Free Trade Agreement.
It is partly because he feels the need to diversify Korea's partnership with the region beyond focusing on North Korea, beyond China, which has been also their biggest trading partner, to look at Southeast Asia. And I think that's good for ASEAN. Some of the summit is commemorative, is ceremonial, but we hope that as a result of the new Southern policy, we'll be able to get more substantive ideas going.
Mr. Lee also said that the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, is another platform on which ASEAN and Seoul can deepen economic integration and harness the region's potential. 15 RCEP countries concluded text-based negotiations earlier this year. Mr. Lee said this was a significant achievement and that it's crucial that the countries step up their efforts to cross the finishing line. Jeremy Koh, CNA, Busan.